Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Better Late with Mariela Segovia. I'm Mariela, as always, here to do a new episode of this journey I started almost a month ago. Just so crazy. This, I have to say, might be a little bit of a different episode. I feel different. I usually am very excited to record the episodes and like share them with you. And I try to like think about what I'm going to say and what I want to share with you guys. But today, I didn't even think I was going to record, but I just felt called to talk and to share. And I'm about to say some things that are probably good for me to say out loud because I need to hear them too. And yeah, what a day it's been. And I found a hiccup in my journey that is absolutely normal and that can happen. It doesn't mean it doesn't shake you. It doesn't mean it doesn't make you question what you're doing and whatnot. But after having gone through so many things that have shown me and that have allowed me to prove to myself how resilient I am, it's really crazy to feel how the universe has my back. I just know it, and I've seen it time and time when something didn't go in the direction that I wanted it to go. It's really crazy how it literally just takes a little bit of time for you to realize that that was the best thing that could have happened to you. Rejection is redirection. It's so cheesy, and I hate that it is like a word or like a phrase that people throw around, but it's so true. It is so true. I wholeheartedly believe that God, the universe, angels, your guardian angel, your abuelita que está en el cielo, whoever it is that you believe is in a different state of, like, not like in a different state, like in Florida, but in a different, like, plano, like in a different space. That person that is looking out for you, that energy, that figure, that whatever it is that you have for you, has your back and is holding you from something that is just not for you. And it's hard sometimes because we're not stupid. We know when something is not for us. We know when somewhere is not where we should be anymore. We know this. But fear keeps us from making a move. And I'm always talking about how, well, I try to not have what ifs and stuff. But the truth is that I've been forced out of situations that I didn't have the courage myself to get out of, because the comfort zone, it's so comfy. Why would you want to leave somewhere that you know what you're doing? It's common. It's part of your routine, and routine is so necessary. Routine feels like the one thing that keeps our mental health together. And I'm going through something like that right now where I like absolutely knew a place wasn't there for me anymore, and I needed to move and I needed to get out of that. And I hadn't, because of fear, because of, well, but it's not ready yet, or because this and that. And it's like, well, okay, the universe decided that it was time for me to move on. The universe literally has to grab me like, girl, and move me away from these things. It's not the first thing that's happened. Hopefully I learn for next time when I feel that way. I don't have to wait for things to get to a point where it's not my choice. We always have a choice. We always have a choice. And I just felt like I wanted to share that with you guys, because it's not all just like, oh, I'm saying what works for me and this is so fun and this is so amazing. Life has other things that also shake us. The unknown is scary. I see it in front of me, but I also have the certainty that I'm being looked out for, and that I have so many reasons why things should work out in the best way possible for me. I'm not acting on being mean to people or on doing any harm. I'm literally just trying to move forward. And sometimes that annoys people. You will find people that are, I don't want to say this in a presumptuous way, but that are kind of blinded by the brightness. I told you guys I'm a Swiftie, right? So Taylor has this song, Mean. Wait, is it Mean? It's the worst Swiftie of the world. Ours. I think the song is Ours, where she says, people throw rocks at things that shine. Sometimes because they don't understand what's shining. Sometimes because they just wish and are aware that they wish they had that brightness. So maybe if I dull someone else's brightness, then that will make me brighter. Sometimes it's without even realizing. And that's where empathy becomes so big. And that's how empathy shows up to make things better, in my opinion. I absolutely know people and have seen people and have been treated by people really in a not nice way, completely unwarranted. And you just have to take a couple steps back and be like, yeah, I don't think this person is aware that they are probably projecting their shit onto me. It's all projection. It is. And there's nothing you can do about it because everyone has their own journey and everyone has their own healing process and everyone has their own, things that they need to learn by themselves. You're not here to be the master, the teacher, the professor of life. But what you can do is be aware when you encounter those things to see them for what they are. Get out of it, see the big picture, and realize that it's literally a bleep in your timeline. Beep. Do you guys remember who you worked with 3 jobs ago? Do you guys remember the conversations you had with your ex's family, I don't know, in some Christmas? Like, do you really? Or your life just gets bigger and brighter and things come new? Like, I've seen this phrase so many times and I love it. And I, like I said, this is literally an episode of Stream of Consciousness. And I love that I'm just saying these things that are coming into my mind right now because I like I said, I needed to hear them too. You haven't met all the people you're going to love in your life. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that such a wild thought? You don't know what is out there. You have no idea what the universe, what life, what God has for you. And that is so exciting. A little scary, obviously. But why not choose to be excited instead of scared? It's going to happen anyway. Might as well just have the best attitude about it, right? I really love that because I've moved around so much and I've changed jobs and homes and cities and environments, and I really like to think that because there's people in my life right now that were not in my life a year ago that I really couldn't imagine them not being in my life. And for that, I'm really grateful. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's good to have those kind of reminders that life just has so much to offer. And it is kind of a simulation anyway, so what the hell? I always think when I'm on a plane, does this happen to anyone else? It is wild for me to actually think of how high I am in this can that is traveling. I don't get it. It's like I'm literally sitting in my plane seat and I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way we're so up high. This feels so normal. How is this so normal? Yeah. I don't know. Hey, Nathan Fielder, who's doing an amazing work on The Rehearsal. If you haven't seen that show, please go watch it because there's nothing on TV like it. And the second season, actually, he talks about planes and aviation and he gets into that. I don't want to spoil it because I hate spoilers. But yeah, you should watch it. And yeah, it literally feels like you're in a simulator. What? How is it possible? And then how is it possible that we've been doing this for so many years and that there's obviously been fatalities and there's obviously been accidents, but how is it possible that it just works out? Yeah, that's the thing for me that feels like a simulation. Everything else, it's just, yeah, do what you want to do. And it'll work out. It'll work out. If you're like me, a little uncertain about what's coming next, it's going to work out. It has to. Just make sure you're not wronging people. Just make sure you're not treating people, trying to be mischievous or trying to get ahead by knocking people down. Just do your best in being a good person. And I think everything else should fall into place. The timing of things is really crazy. I remember I told you, like, everyone has like the universe or God or the abuelita or whatever. For me, it's my mom. I lost my mom when I was 5. And ever since, it's really interesting how grief has come into my life at different times for different reasons, and how I'm pretty sure it's going to keep happening because it's my mom. It's really interesting how throughout my life, I've felt her so near me, always. And I've told my closest friends this, and my family, I'm sure I've told them too, how I've been in situations that have been either dangerous or just don't understand how something like that could happen, and then it just does. And there's no explanation. There's like no logical explanation to me. Maybe to other people it is, but I like my juju shit. I like to be like, ooh, I like believing that my mother is my guardian angel and that I'm the only job she has in the world because I'm a piece of her on earth. Why wouldn't she be all up on my business? Okay, I know some people don't believe in this stuff, and that's fine. I'm just going to share to you this crazy thing that happened to me once, and that has been happening. And I'm kind of waiting for it to manifest itself. So this watch that I have right now on used to be my mom's. It belonged to her. My dad tells me it was like her favorite watch. And when I turned 18, my grandma, my mom's mom, she gave it to me. And since, I've had it with me, and I protect it and I carry it, and it's like my most valued thing that I own. It's had moments where it's like the battery has died, or I don't know, last Christmas I spent it in Lake Tahoe with some family in the snow, and I didn't, so silly, I always take it off when I'm going to shower, I'm going to be in water, but I didn't think of snow being a thing that could harm it, and it stopped working. It stopped working, and I thought, all right, this is going to be the final bow, because I had just changed the battery too, so there wasn't any reason for it to be fixed. And then I took it to a jewelry repairing thing, and they were like, yeah, we basically need to change the whole engine because there's water in it. Also, something crazy happened. The little glass thing, it came off, and I never felt it. I just like was literally like leaving this trip, and I'm like, wait, why can't I touch the little needles? That was crazy. So that fell off, and then obviously water got inside, and then they had to change the whole thing. And if anyone has ideas for this, I would love to hear it. The guy that repaired it, I explained to him how important this watch was to me. It was like $500 to fix it. And in a heartbeat, I would do it again. Even if I don't have the money, I would try to get it just to fix it. And he understood how important it was to me. He did tell me he had to change a piece. The part that shows the date, it got completely like, it oxidized. Se oxidó. It got orange. It couldn't work anymore. So he was like, I found a different one to put in. It's not the same. It's like a little brighter. Not brighter. It's a little lighter. You can't really like tell. But he saved the piece for me, and he was like, it's like a little wheel with all dates. And he was like, I still saved this for you because I don't know, maybe you can turn it into a necklace or something. So if anyone has ideas on how I can use that to make it into a memorabilia, into another thing to honor my mom with, I would love that because it actually sounds pretty cool. It could look really cool. But anyways, this watch, the first time that it told me something was many years ago, probably like 10 years ago. Yeah, I was working at the radio station where I produced the show. I didn't have my show yet. And I was working with a different show. I was actually covering for someone that needed me to be there because they had something to do, and it's fine. Like with producers, we're like, hey, can you cover for me? I can't make it, whatever. I have an appointment, blah. So I was there with this very renowned TV radio host, personality, actress, Viviana Givelli. She's one of the most famous people in my country. And because I saw her every day, we got to have this kind of like, I wouldn't say friends, we're best friends, but we were very comfortable with each other. And she was my coworker. And at the end of the day, yes, I'm producing her show or I'm producing the talents show, but the producers are there to basically make your show go smooth. So obviously rapport builds up and whatever. So this day that I needed to cover for her producer, she happened to have a medium, a psychic, in her show as a guest she was going to interview. And this guy, this is so wild. This guy, I had met him before years ago, and I didn't really believe a lot of the things he said. I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. I was a little, skeptical about it. But then we're on the radio. We're producing this segment where he's talking and he's like asking her things about her family and dates and things that are coming to him. And she ends up literally crying. So we had to go to commercials. And then he asks, I'm literally sitting there, just like other people were also there. It was kind of like an enigma, people were like curious to see what he had to say. And he says, does anybody here have something or I don't know if he said the watch specifically, but he either said, does anyone have something here or a watch that someone that is no longer with us gave to them? Do you have them? Do you have it? Like, do you have something? And everyone was like, yeah, I don't know. I never thought he was going to be referring to something about me. I didn't want to pry. Like, it wasn't about me at all. I was just there to be like behind the scenes. And then I remembered my mom's watch. I wasn't wearing it at the time. I don't remember why. I like watches, so I wear several. And for some reason, I just wasn't wearing that one at the time. And he said, the person here that has something, is it working? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he's out of battery. And he says, well, the person that gave that to you wants you to know that todo pasa. Everything passes. And I was like, that's so interesting. That's crazy. And then I got home and I actually did see that the watch didn't have battery, so I needed to change it. That night, my boyfriend of 2 years broke up with me. I know. It was surprising and I didn't understand it at the time. And I didn't connect things with the watch and my mom and anything like that. But with time, I don't know if this is, meant to be anything other than a reminder. And for me, it's become that. For me, this watch has become that. Every time I see it, I remember that everything passes. in life. Everything good is going to pass. Everything bad is going to pass. Your lowest, darkest moments are going to pass. And I just think that is a beautiful reminder to have. And yeah, I do feel my mom very close to me. And I do feel that I'm being looked after. And it's not easy moving from your country, moving into a city where you don't know anyone and starting fresh and showing up for yourself all the time. And trust me, a lot of the times it's amazing. It's so fun getting to do whatever I want, whenever I want, within responsibilities, and having, sorry, my stomach is like growling. It's really fun that I get to be an adult and celebrate my inner child every day, because the only child that I have to take care of is my inner one. So I just do things that make me happy. And sometimes I forget that. Yeah. Loneliness is hard. But I think the trick is not filling yourself with people just for the sake of it, but to actually find the things in you that make you be your best friend. I know I'm really hard on myself a lot, but I also know that I'm my biggest cheerleader. And I also know that I take care of myself. I try to take care of myself as best as I can. And being single, I feel different now at this age, in this moment in my life, because it's like I give myself everything that I need. Almost everything, but a lot of it. And if someone is coming into my life, I just want them to add to that. I don't want to feel like I am missing something and then, I need someone else to fill this spot for me, or like to do this for me, or hey, a lot of people are looking for someone to financially sustain them. I wasn't raised that day. It's so crazy. I just launched today my Buy Me a Coffee. It's this thing where you can tip a content creator. I think it's a cute way to say, buy me a coffee, instead of like, here's my Venmo. And because we haven't grown that much yet, I don't have a Patreon. Hopefully soon I'll have so much content to give you guys that I can offer you a subscription and a membership where you can get so many different things. I haven't gone to that point, but it's so crazy how like asking, I'm not asking for money as like, hey, pay for my rent. It's like asking to be recognized for the work you're putting into. And why is money like such a weird thing to talk about? Like, why is money like oh my God, you're asking for money? I feel a little shame about it. Hopefully people didn't find it distasteful, but it's literally like, buy me a coffee. Alfred coffee's really expensive and it's really yummy too. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I do make my coffee. Most of the time I make my coffee here. It's really yummy. Do you want to know the secret? Should I reveal the secret? Okay, here's the thing. You need ice. You need crushed ice. And then this crushed ice, you need cold brew or some sort of, you can't, sadly, it took me years to realize you can't just like brew a pot of coffee and then just make it cold. It's not it. You either need espresso shots or you need a cold brew. And then you put some creamer on it. Almond and coconut creamer, vanilla flavored from Trader Joe's. And then some almond milk. Zippy. So good. It's a little different, but it was a straw. Pitillo. That's how we say straw in Venezuela. Pitillo, not popote. Pitillo. Pitillo. But yeah, I mean, it's a platform for people to, I don't know, if people are there to see my photos and like hear my stories and enjoy what I'm saying and they want to support the podcast, I want to get headphones. I think it's going to change the look. But I feel like a lot of times this pops and I can't tell because I'm not listening to myself. So it would be really nice to have like that thing too. But it's fine. We'll get there. I am confident. I'm letting it be in the hands of the universe and mommy and my efforts and the way I'm handling myself and the way that I'm carrying my life the best I can with the tools that I have. I try to have tools. You should try to have tools too. And this is, yes, me again sending you to therapy. Even if you think you don't need it, go on one. See what happens. Trust me, everyone could use therapy, even if you haven't gone through a traumatic thing like me. And if you have, I got you. I got you. And I'm so proud of you. Because if you're watching this, it means you've made it through. Yeah. And you're going to keep making it through so many other things. Ay. Yeah, this episode was not what I was expecting to happen today, but I just felt like I wanted to talk to you guys. I just felt like I wanted to put it out there and to tell you and myself that things get better and everything happens for a freaking reason. So cheesy. Why are cool things so cheesy? I want to know that. Ooh, there's something that I wanted to do. I'm going to do it right now. Give me 1 second. Okay. This is what I wanted to do. I got this book. It's literally a book that I saw on Instagram, and it's one of those accounts that post like motivational quotes or things you just want to hear and something that you just need to hear. So I got the book. It's called Not Sure Who Needs to Hear This But by We the Urban. It says beautiful reminders for the soul, Willie Green. And I have it like in my entry in the table, like the entry table, I have it there. And sometimes when I'm just like feeling called to do it, I'll just literally do this and stop where it feels like I wanted to stop. And then I read it and I think that is something that the universe is trying to tell me. And I am here to receive the message. Let's see. Okay. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm going to show you so you guys understand that I'm not making this up. The word, like the phrases that are here are: our relationship should complement you, not complete you. You complete you. You deserve people who are sure about you. It's okay if some parts of you still miss what you had with them, even if it wasn't perfect. That doesn't mean they deserve a spot in your life again. And cherish the friends who have secondhand happiness for you. Healing, trying, growing, releasing, accepting, unlearning, evolving. I'm not making any of this up. Hey, you know what? I might just share one of these with you at the end of every episode. How about that? Or maybe I'm just like in a mood today and I'm just letting it rip. Tell me if you enjoyed it. Tell me if you cared about it. And thank you so much for listening and for watching and for liking the clips and everything that I've been posting. It really means the world to me. Now that I have a buy me coffee, if you want to buy me coffee or, help me get new headphones, that would be really cool. This was a fun one. Okay. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.